Hello friends, welcome to the series of digital design using Verilog for absolute beginners. In today's lecture, we will try to understand the meaning of data flow modeling, its significance and its applications through some examples. In digital design, normally we come across a word called data flow modeling. This data flow modeling is considered as a higher level of abstraction when compared to the gate level modeling. In my earlier lecture, I have explained what is the meaning of gate level modeling. Gate level modeling is done by instantiating the logic gates which are available as primitives in the Verilog and properly connecting them and designing the circuit. But what is the problem with gate level modeling? For simple circuits, the gate level modeling approach works fine because the number of gates is limited and the designer can instantiate the connect every gate individually. Also, the gate level modeling is very intuitive to a designer with a basic knowledge of digital logic design. But in complex designs, where the number of gates is very large, it is not that easy. That is, every time instantiating the gates, properly connecting them and getting the result. So, for efficient designing, the designers prefer a higher level of abstraction than gate level. An important point here is, as the designer is aware of how data flows between hardware components, that is like registers, and how data is being processed in the design, this model is more convenient to the designers. Another reason is, nowadays, with the unprecedented growth in the gate density on a chip, as we know the VLSI is expanding, the number of gates on a chip is enormously increasing. Then for any designer, using the gate level modeling is a very tough job. And also another advantage of using gate level modeling, data flow modeling is, nowadays automated tools are readily available. What they will do? They will create simple gate level circuit from data flow design description. Normally this process is called synthesis in our fields. So the data flow model is more preferred. In the designer's perspective, in the view of an engineer, this data flow model is also called continuous assignment model. This type of modeling or style is more suitable for combinational logic circuits where clock is not involved as any control signal. This is the most important thing. Majority, that is, all the data flow models are aimed at designing combinational logic circuits. That means designing circuits like multiplexers, adders, full subtractors, full adders, and so on and so forth, encoders, decoders, where there is no need of clock. Once we come across the clock, we'll go for the other model. We'll take up that in the next video. So, as the output of a logic gate is continuously driving the input of another gate, this model is popularly known as continuous assignment model. Actually, to understand further at a deeper level, let us take up this continuous assignment. What is the meaning of this continuous assignment? A continuous assignment is the most basic statement in data flow modeling used to drive a value onto a net. The assignment replaces gates in the description of the circuit and describes the circuit at a higher level of abstraction. This we have already seen. What is the advantage of this assignment? This assignment will replace the gates which we have used in the gate level modeling and their description. And what it will do? It will describe the same gates at a higher level of abstraction by an algorithmic method. So the assignment statement starts with a keyword assign. So the keyword in the continuous assignment or data flow model is assign. So you know the dictionary meaning assign, to transfer, to dedicate, to give something. There are so many meanings in the dictionary for assign. So here what we do, a simple example I take. Assign A is equal to B or logic C. That means on the right hand side I have B or C. This will be evaluated and the value is assigned to A. Similarly, another example, B, logic and C. That means on the right hand side we'll evaluate the value, logic and value of B and C, and it will be finally assigned to A. So the assignment is continuously active. That's why it is called a continuous assignment. The assign keyword creates a static binding between RHS and LHS. As you see in the previous case example here, a kind of binding between the RHS here B or C and LHS A. Similarly B and C and A. So this will create a continuous static binding, and especially with respect to simulation, the output is continuously active. That is, continuous assignments are always active. That is the most important thing. The assignment expression is evaluated as soon as one of the right hand side operands changes. What are these one of the right hand side? Either B or C changes, immediately A will be changed. Either in the or any. On the right hand side, if one of the operands changes, automatically the left hand side, the result will change. So that means it will be evaluated for the new value. The operands on the right hand side can be registers or nets or function calls. Registers or nets can be either scalar or vectors. So the left hand side of an assignment must always be a scalar or a vector net or a concatenation of the both scalar and vector nets, but it can never be a scalar or vector register. We'll come to this meaning of registers, etc. soon. So here net and registers are a kind of data types. In a simple terminology, nets represent connection between components. Connection between components, as we have seen earlier. Gate level examples. The output of an AND gate may become input to the NOR gate or XOR gate or some other NOT gate, etc. So these nets are represented by the term keyword wire. Wire B. That means this B is a wire. That means it is connecting two components. Nets must be continuously driven and are used model connections between continuous assignments and instantiations. This is another very important thing. Whereas when you consider the registers, that is reg normally we call, it retains the last value. Same meaning, register. So it is a temporary storage. That's why it is often used to represent storage elements. For example, I say in a design out is equal to A logic or B. That means the out will store the value of the logic expression, and this value will change until a new value enters into this register. So it is often used to represent a storage element. Net and register data types can be declared as vectors. Vectors means where there are more number of bits, multiple bits. For example, wire 3 down 0. That means A is a wire. That means A is a kind of interconnect, and it has 4 bits, 3 down 0. Similarly, B is also a wire. It is a vector. If it is only single bit, that is, if I say simply A, it's a single bit. If I write 31 down 0 means it has 32 bit. That is, B is a 32-bit vector of the type wire. C is a register of 8 bits. C is a register of 8 bits. Similarly, D is also a 32-bit of type reg means register. So which stores some value. So now in order to explain this assignment statement or assign, how we use assign, let us take some simple examples. I have provided more number of examples so that you can easily understand the concept of data flow model without any doubt. First example, one of the simplest, half adder. We know already in the gate level model we have seen half adder has 2 input bits and one sum and one carry. And to write this algorithm or to logic here, you should know what is this yes. We know already yes is nothing but A XOR B. And what is carry? It is A logical and B. Now the Concept is clear. So how do you write the Verilog code for this? First thing, module as usual. Name of the module I have chosen here as half adder, and we know that within the brackets we represent the ports. Normally I told you earlier also, first we represent or we denote the outputs, then inputs. Of course I have also told you there is no strict condition rule on this. You can change this also, it doesn't matter. But here I have chosen S as the output. You can see sum, C means carry, A, B are inputs. Clearly we're able to see this. Now how to declare the input ports? Input A comma B semicolon, outputs S comma C. S means sum, C means carry. Now what is the statement here? Data flow model is called the body of the module. The structure of this module is the body, where we get some relation between inputs and outputs. Here S is the output, A and B are the inputs. What is the procedure to write this? Simply write assign S is equal to A XOR B. We know the symbol for this. This is the symbol for XOR operation. So assign C is equal to A logical and B. This is carry, this is sum. Simply end module. This gives the output of sum and carry of a half adder. Let us take simply another case called multiplexer. So it is a 2:1 multiplexer. That means it has 2 inputs. Out of this I select 1. So S is the select. As you know the operation, when S is 0, A will be selected. When S is 1, B will be selected. And what is output? In Boolean expression I can write output Y is equal to A dot S complement plus B dot S. You have seen the same example in the gate level modeling also. Now let us write the data flow model. So this is the output. Y is equal to A dot S complement plus B dot S. Now I take the code for this. As usual, module my mux 2:1, 2:1, the inputs, and Y is the output. Output is Y, inputs are A, B, S. So how do you write the assignment statement here? If you take up the assignment statement, assign Y is equal to A and complement of S, A dot S complement, plus means R, B logical and S, B dot S. So this is simple expression, assign Y is equal to, that means this right hand side will be evaluated and it will be assigned to Y, that means output Y is equal to so and so. Then end module. So here I have given anyhow, because as I have not explained so far the data types, just I have given for the sake of clarity, and is represented by this logical and this represents the NOT gate, this represents the logical OR operations. Right. Let us take a similar example, same example but with different code. I have expressed this using a very interesting operator which we call conditional operator. So let us see. So module my mux 2:1, A, B, S are inputs, Y is the output. Say input Y, take small letter Y. Input A, B, assign Y is equal to yes, there is a conditional operator question mark, B is to K. This is a very important because it's very easy, it saves time. So what is this conditional operator question mark? So this has 3, yes will be, B will be evaluated for yes, and second next if it fails then this will be taken. That means Y will become B if it is 1, Y will become A if it is 0. Y is assigned is equal to this. So I try to explain this further in the next slide. Let us see question mark. It is a conditional operator. It's a conditional operator which is a very useful ternary operator. It is also called ternary operator. In Verilog we have unary operator, double operators, ternary operators. We'll discuss this in a separate video, all the data types and operators. So the conditional operator takes 3 operands. What are the 3 operands? First conditional expression, true expression, false expression. So this is conditional expression, first expression, second expression. If this is true means definitely this will be the false. So Y is equal to yes question mark B. That means first it will evaluate this expression. If it is true, that is a logical one, that is then true expression is evaluated. If the result is false, then the next false is evaluated. That means y is assigned with based on this value. If yes is evaluated, if this is true, then the value assigned is to y. Otherwise, this value, corresponding value is assigned to y. That is, one is for a true expression, the other is for the false expression. Same thing we have done in the case of earlier. When s is equal to 0, we have taken output as something like first input, that is a. When it is a 1, y is equal to b. Here same thing. When b is true, this is true means y is equal to b. If it is false means y is equal to yes. This is done by this conditional operator. So that is on the same lines. We have one more example like full adder. Here also I have three inputs, a, b, as you have already seen in the gate level. C in, carry in. Output is sum and carry out. What is the sum here? A XOR b XOR c in. What is carry out? A dot b plus b dot c in plus c dot in. So this can be easily written in the data flow model. Let us see. Module, first one, module, name of the module, ports, output, yes, C out is out. A comma B comma C are the inputs. I have done the same thing here. How do you write? What is the sum? A XOR B XOR C. A XOR B XOR C is evaluated and it is assigned to yes. Continuously it will be done. Similarly, next, what is the next output? Assign C out is equal to A logical and B plus OR gate B logical and C in plus logical and OR C in A. Just like A dot B plus B dot C in plus C dot C in dot A end module. So for a normal, for a beginner, for an absolute beginner, this appears to be very easy. Of course, as you go to complex things, there may be some difficulties, but to learn and understand it is very easy by writing this simple algorithm or whatever you call code. This simple, if you understand the basic meaning of this assign, this data flow model is very simple, very easy also to remember. Similarly, here I have taken another example where I have 16-bit full adder. So what are the two inputs here? A and B. As usual, C is the carry single bit, but A and B are 16 bits. Similarly, sum will be 16 bit, C out will be a single bit. So how do we define? Module, name of the module, ports, output 15 down 0, that means yes is a 16 bit sum, carry out is a single bit, either 0 or 1. Input A is a 16 bit, B is also 16 bit. So the procedure is same, except that representing this as a vectors, as I already told you, multi-bit inputs, they are represented by vectors. A is a vector, B is a vector, yes is also a vector. Same logic, assign yes, it's a vector, is equal to A XOR B XOR C in, C out, A dot B A on, B dot C in, and similarly C dot A, C dot CIN dot A. So this is how we write a 16-bit adders also. Now I have taken another example where I have a decoder, 2x4 decoder, 2:4 decoder. That is, a decoder is a combinational circuit which has n input lines. When I have n input lines, I will have 2 power n output lines. That is, if I have 2 inputs, I will have 4 outputs. Here I have chosen enable also, enable pin. So if I have 2 inputs like A and B, I have 4 outputs, D0, D1, D2, D3. This I have shown here. Of course, enable pin will enable the chip. So what will be the working of this decoder? This is given by this truth table. So D0 is given by A complement dot B complement, D1 is A complement dot B, D2 is A dot B complement, D3 is A dot B. So enable. When enable is 0, irrespective of the values of A and B, all the values are 0. 0, 0, 0. When enable is 1 means once the signal is enabled, chip is enabled, then when A and B are 0, 0 means 0 is 1, that is 0, 0, 0, 1. Similarly, same, when enable is 1, when it is AB, A and B are 0, 1 means it is 0, 0, 1, 0. Similarly, 0, 1, 0, 0, then 1, 0, 0, 0. This is the basic working of a 2x4 decoder. Let us see a simple case of Verilog data flow model code. Same module, name of the decoder, ABED. These are the ports. A, B, E are the inputs. A input, B input, E is the enable, D is the output. But here D has 4 values. Sorry, by mistake this comma is not there. 3 down 0 is the output, it's a vector. So assign D3 is negation of A and negation of not of B, that is and is, that is A complement dot B complement dot E complement. Similarly, D2 is complement, whole complement of A complement dot B complement dot E complement, like this. A dot B complement dot E complement, A dot B dot E complement, whole complement. So that's how we explain this 2x4 line decoder also. So similarly, this is the truth which I explained already. So similarly, we'll have another example called half subtractor. So similar to half adder, I have a half subtractor. So what is the output of half subtractor? It is 2 input bits, and one is difference, the other is borrow. Same, A complement dot B plus A dot B complement. The concept is same, except with a small change. So let us see. I think by this time you have understood how to write this Verilog code easily. That is, it's very easy. You see, module, name of the module, input is A, input is B, output is difference and borrow. What is the difference? Simply, it is A XOR B, as you have already seen here. You can see in the previous slide. What is A XOR B? A complement dot B plus A dot B complement. Similarly, what is borrow? Earlier in the case of half adder, we used to call this as carry. Here we call this as borrow. Now let us see this again. So what do we do? Complement of A dot B. That is A complement dot B. This is the simple Verilog code of data flow model. Similarly, full subtractor. So again, you will have 3 inputs here. Same, this is the difference, this is borrow. But here I have shown the gate level model also to make you to understand. Here I have shown the what's called block diagram also, where I have 3 inputs, D and B not both. You can write the code in both the ways using the both the concepts. So in the first case I have written for the using the gate level model. So full module, name of the module, outputs, difference, borrow, inputs ABC, inputs, out. Similarly, assigned, X is nothing but B, C, you can see here. X, what is X here? It is a XOR gate, C will be X. What is the difference here? You can see, difference is A is the input for the XOR gate and X is the in. So A and X are the inputs. Therefore, how do you write this? You can simply write this as assign D, difference is equal to A XOR X. The same thing, you can just go through it carefully. If you take paper and pen, it's very easy to understand. I have taken a similar example, but through block diagram. What I have done, in the block diagram, A, B, C are the inputs, D and B naught are the outputs. You can see this in the block diagram. Yeah, A, B, C are the inputs, D and B naught are the outputs. For this same, I have also written, you can see here. Yeah, D is nothing but A complement, A XOR B XOR C. Similarly, B dot C plus or A dot B complement B XOR C complement. So I have written the same thing here. You see, Verilog code, input ABC, outputs are D comma B naught, that is borrow. Assign D is equal to A XOR B XOR C. What is borrow? B naught is B and C are A dot B XOR C dot complement of this module. Like this, you can easily write the data flow model code for any gate or for any digital system. So when I come to the next behavioral model, then we'll add some more features. Meanwhile, I'll make one more video on data types so that you will get more ideas about the various types of data and operators that we use this. Anyhow, thank you for watching patiently. All the best.